Good morning and welcome to yet another theme park vlog here from our USA Strata trip, where today we're at Six Flags St. Louis for our first ever visit. The following theme with this trip.
Yeah.
And yeah, looking forward to this park. It dates back to 1971 and we've got 9 roller coasters that we could be getting on here today. And I say could be getting on, it's a Six Flags park. I mean, we've not had the best of luck so far with Six Flags parks. We've already done 2 on the trip. This is our 3rd one. But yeah, so far in terms of what we've seen testing, it's been a good sign. We've seen like 4 or 5 rides, testing this morning. In terms of the weather, yeah, like it's been chucking it down this morning on the way here. Oh, some sort of alarm going off then. It's been chucking it down, however, it seems to be brightening up now, and it's actually quite humid today in my opinion. But yeah, here's a little look at the entrance to the park, security area, and you can see over there, one of my favourites, got a nice fountain package over there as well. So we'll get through security, then we'll continue inside. Welcome to the vlog from Six Flags St. Louis. Right then, so we're inside the park. At first I didn't think the entrance actually looked that nice in terms of the turnstile area, but now we're in, I think this is quite nice. It's a bit different because you normally come in and you'd have your main street sort of continuing straight down in front of you. With here, it's going across and then you either go left or right. Like most of the theme parks we're doing, there's also water parks, Hurricane Harbour. But yeah, we're not too bothered about the water parks on this trip. We're all about them coasters, all about seeing them different rides in the park. But yeah, you can see a little look around here. You've got the blue water here as well. That's something what Pleasure Beach used to do a lot back at Blackpool. And what's also interesting is on this dedication plaque at the front, it actually has the original name for the park, which was Six Flags over Mid-America, I think, something like that. Let me just go and double check that for you now. Says it on this dedication plaque. Yeah, that's it, yeah. Six Flags over Mid-America. Hey, oh, that's what this park used to be called, and it was renamed. But yeah, in terms of park hours, 10:30 until 10. It's a long day for the Jelly Belly over here. It sure is. But oh yeah, it looks like we've just been let in actually. Rope's been dropped. So yeah, let's see if we can get these 9 coasters, and yeah, welcome to the vlog. Let's see what we can get here today. I'm feeling a bit more positive today than the other Six Flags, I'll be honest. Yeah, that's what we like to see. A morning staff ride there on American Thunder, the park's GCI, Great Coasters International, wooden roller coaster. Looking forward to riding this. It opened in 2008, so it's 11 years old. Yeah, we're just waiting here. We'll be on like probably the 2nd train, I'd imagine here. So what's different about this vintage cars ride is that it's not actually powered by electricity. It's not got that electric rail down the middle. It's just got a guidance rail. It's actually real fuel in those, which is great. I mean, there's a really nice sort of smell coming from that.
If you like the smell of diesel, you're going to like it around this area of the park.
I mean, look at that. I mean, that's really different. I mean, I feel like we're going to have a go on that later on.
You can tell it's a cheap diesel because it's struggling uphill.
Yeah, it is struggling. I said, put your foot down, come on. That's it. Bit more gas on it. That's it. The lady in the back, they're on a first date. I don't think there's going to be a second one. Yeah, American Thunder over here. Here's all the signage for it. The train design, as you saw, just looks quite nice. So yeah, we may as well wait for this to open, as it looks like that staff member's now off in the station and we're ready to ride. Right then, so unfortunately we didn't get on American Thunder this morning. Even though they've done the staff rides and plenty of test runs, the staff look like they're having a good time. Another what looked like a manager came over and said, yeah, the ride hasn't warmed up enough for it to operate this morning, which, oh well. So we've come for a walk around now to Batman the Ride. We'll try and get the GTI later. I'm sure when it's warmed up, we'll get on it. Batman the Ride, B&M inverted coaster, opened here in 1995. It's another standard layout with 5 inversions. But what's different with this park compared to the other Six Flags parks is that we actually can't take our bags, cameras or anything, even into the queue lines. We've got a bit of a Universal, like Busch Gardens, SeaWorld style situation going on here, which isn't great, but we've just got to do it. I mean, I don't like it when parks force you to pay for lockers. If it was free, then, you know, not taking stuff in the lines, that's fine, but yeah, so unfortunately the camera's got to stay here, so it's like no on-ride filming, can't get any queue line or station shots. Yeah, it's a shame really, but look what a difference compared to the vlogs that I put on a few weeks ago on the Europe trip, where you can film everywhere, on ride, queue line stations, staff coming up. Oh, do you want to go behind the scenes? Like, different world, isn't it? So,
and, you know, you can come into a park in the morning first thing. Sean and I were really excited. We're seeing the coasters running around.
Yeah.
We thought, you know what? Today's going to be a good day. We are 15 minutes into our day, and our morale has already gone.
Rubbish, but hopefully it's B&M. Let's go and have a ride, and we'll see when we come off. Right then, so we've just come off Batman the Ride. We got our bags back afterwards from the locker. We spent $1.
We've been gone for a while.
So yeah, we to be honest, we managed to, I say walk straight into the station. We actually waited about 10 minutes because of some of the slowest dispatches I think we've both ever seen on a B&M coaster, well, on a coaster all round. It took a good maybe 6 minutes to get one of the trains out.
I think you could wait less time outside and down the stairs on Nemesis than you could in the air gates of what we just waited for Batman.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think that's it.
On two trains as well, like Nemesis and many other coasters the same. It's not good.
No, I mean it's not the best part. This it's not the best start, is it?
No.
But we're going to keep pressing forward.
We're going to get things done and see how we get
We've got
on.
Ninja, which is a Vekoma looping coaster. You can see just behind me there, and that opened here in 1989. You know me, I like my Vekomas, especially when they've got a bit of a different layout like that. So I'm not too sure when we get to it. I thought we were heading over to it, but it seems like we've got to go round to like get to it for some reason. But after this, we'll have 7 other coasters to ride. Hopefully get on that GCI. We've got Boss that we're really looking forward to. And yeah, there's so many different rides still here to see. So it's early days yet. But yeah, we have got the Bugs Bunny National Park up here as well. Give us an ooh, come on. Put your pizza down, give us an ooh. Ooh. The Bugs Bunny National Park. So I'm sure we'll have a look in there. And we've got the Moose Burger Lodge over there as well. Some nice little bits of theming around, and I must say, this looks quite pretty. Up ahead here, I'll show you a bit of footage. Nice bit of natural it looks like, I like it. So we just come off Ninja, and yeah, it's probably one of my weakest Vekomas, that one. 4 inversions on there, and the Sidewinder was really quite painful. I mean, I know them elements aren't normally the best, but with that one, yeah, it was quite a bad transition into it, to be honest. Then I had a double corkscrew. That was quite good. They were probably my favourite That's the best part of the ride in my opinion. But yeah, some good views from it. But yeah, in terms of the actual ride itself, a little bit jolty, not a huge fan. Yeah, that Sidewinder, like I say, wasn't great at all, that one. But onwards and upwards, not the best for Coma, but still, we've got the cred. Right then, it's time for another very inventive name now. For an inventive roller coaster.
We need a big reveal for this. It's a special moment.
It's a Vekoma Boomerang called Boomerang. It opened here in 2013, but it actually used to be located at a park we've already done on this trip. Used to be at Six Flags over Texas, this one. Now it got relocated here in 2013. Nicely, freshly painted up. And we're straight on by the looks of it. Where should we go? Down here towards the front. Let's go and have a ride on Boomerang. Very inventive name. Yeah, it looks very bright round here, isn't it? All the trainers have looked quite fresh. There we go, straight on. Tell you what, that wasn't very pleasant. I mean, it was a little bit different that because the trains have got like this weird handlebar on the front of the over-the-shoulder restraint. And then, of course, I must say the views are brilliant. Like when we're going up that lift hill at the start, looking down over the park, because we're up on the hill, got some great views. Then the ride carried on, and then we got up to that section there, of course, where we go onto the other lift hill, which takes us up to the top before we do the whole layout again backwards. And blimey, you might have seen there in the off-ride footage, it did a massive jolt as it hit the chain. Like, that was crazy.
I was going to say, I'm going on the Schwarzkopf coaster at Six Flags over Texas the other day. I really hurt my knees. I've got a broken toe. I feel like I've got a broken shoulder. All I need is my head, shoulders, knees and toes.
Oh, no, yeah.
I'm jinxed on this trip.
Well, we've got all trip yet to go, so we'll see what happens.
That, yeah.
But yeah, like that wasn't very enjoyable, that really, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't.
It was really weird because it was also trying to brake in the station as it had just been dispatched to go up. It was a bit strange.
It's a very colourful ride though, as you can see behind. Green and orange, very interesting colour choice.
Yeah, and some of the best views, I mean the best views from one of those I've ever had, like looking down, it would have made some great on-ride footage, but as I've said in all the videos, not much on-ride footage coming from this trip.
And the hoop restraints too, which were pretty weird. It had like a nice hoop in front of you rather than just little handlebars. You kind of wrap yourself up and kind of cuddle yourself on the ride.
Very weird, but humidity is rising today.
Humidity is rising.
It's actually, I feel that like the sweatiest I have done all trip today, which is really weird because the sun's not out. So yeah, I need to get a refill. Luckily at the Six Flags parks, we got food and drinks included because of the pass option that we went for. So get a drink, let's carry on. Right then, so next up I'm going on Superman Tower of Power. It's an intermittent giant drop tower, opened here in 2006, and yeah, it's about 230 foot tall, so here we go.
I'm waiting on this one, off this one because of my broken toe. It's gonna be good.
Bit of a weird seatbelt on this one. Some really good views from here. I mean, we got some great shots just from the Boomerang, so hopefully at the top here it's going to be brilliant. Shame again, we can't take you on really. Bye. See you on the other side.
You can stay in the shower, I'm not going to let you out. See you at the top.
Crank it up, baby. Oh, it's a good view already.
And up he goes. Will he return? Find out on the next episode of Superman Tower of Power.
It's a good one. Nice that. The ones that aren't that tall are the best ones.
Well, Mary's out your
Woo! Lovely. Nice bit of off-ride footage there from Alex of me there on that drop tower. It was good, that was. Some brilliant views from it as well. Quite forceful. You know what I say, the ones that aren't ridiculously tall tend to be the better ones. So yeah, it was good, that. Anyway, up next we're going on the Screamin Eagle. like the entrance sign just here. That's a good thing about coasters in America. They do have some awesome photo opportunities like this. Normally at the Cedar Fair parks, it's a lot more noticeable. Yeah, look at this just here, the Screaming Eagle.
It's ranked number 7 in North America for speed by the roller coaster database.
There we go. Oh, we love a bit. Good shout out to RCDB. Nice out and back coaster. Got the track land, it's a bit faded here.
Coaster, isn't it?
There we are, 3873, 62 miles an hour. What it doesn't say on there, I don't think, is the manufacturer. From what I do know, from that very website, the roller coaster database, it's Philadelphia Toboggan Coasters. So
it's pretty good. I mean, you can't really see a lot of it, but what we can see is good.
Yeah, it's quite hidden. Maximum drop there, 92 and 87. So, yes, the Screaming Eagle. Entrance just down this way.
Guests waiting to board your rank, please step back and remain behind the yellow line.
That was a pleasant surprise. That was one of my favourite rides we've done of the trip. The Screaming Eagle there. Brilliant out and back, classic wooden coaster. Like we said before it went on, built in 1976. That was really, really good fun. The views were excellent. The first drop was really good. And then it was just full of airtime hills, some really good drops, all through the trees as well. There's not much of that coaster what you can see from off-ride, hence why I didn't really put loads of off-ride footage in, because it's all hidden out the back, and that's what really made it actually, like a journey through the trees. Kind of reminded me a bit of the Ultimate at Lightwater Valley in terms of, you know, how you're rushing through the trees. I know it's a completely separate ride, completely different, but yeah, you know, that was very, very good. I enjoyed that a lot. Up there is one of my favourite rides of the trip, along with Outlaw Run and Time Traveller that we did at Silver Dollar City. You know me, I love a good old school wooden coaster, and as much as that isn't the oldest, compared to a lot of woodies that we've been on, it's still a very old ride for the States. You know, 1976, oh, that was brilliant, to be honest.
You know it's a good ride when he's on YouTube, the guy behind us saying
he is on YouTube, yeah, he's on Theme Park Worldwide.
You know it's a good coaster when I've come off it, picked up my phone and I'm WhatsApping people to tell them how good that coaster really was. That was absolutely brilliant. I've now got a big smile on my face. I'm not gonna lie, this morning I was a little bit unsure if I'm gonna enjoy the park. Seeing the GCI down this morning, I was thinking, oh no, hopefully, fingers crossed, things are looking up. And then we got on that coaster, the Screaming Eagle. Wow, very special ride, very, very cool.
That's a great classic coaster, that. And you know what else is going to make you smile, Alex? Because we've got something else coming up later on.
Go on.
The fourth Gerstlauer spinning coaster of the trip. And it's called Pandemonium. It's the third one to be called Pandemonium. It's just reminded me because I've just seen it through the trees over there. But yeah, there you go. That was absolutely brilliant. A bit of a surprise because we've both heard from friends of ours that Boss is like the highlight ride here, and I can't wait. We've not been over there yet.
The highlight ride, then I want to know what that one is, because that was superb.
So yeah, fantastic. Right, it's day's picking up now. We're going to try and get our drinks refilled somewhere, and maybe over there, and get some food shortly as well. Right then, so we've just come off the River King mine train, which is an Arrow mine train that opened here in 1971. I just had a little look to see if there's anything fascinating about the ride, as I always do. Normally I don't really find much, however with this, it's got some history. So it's an Arrow mine train, and it originally used to be two coasters, and then in 1984, stand-up trains were added, making it one of the first stand-up roller coasters in the world. Wow, how crazy is that? And then them trains lasted like one season, and then it got reverted back to its original trains that it's still operating today. So what an amazing history to that ride. I mean, it wasn't great, was it? But still, I know it's got that history.
It's nice to know the story of the coaster. I think it's quite interesting to see.
It's gone through a right journey, that coaster.
Yeah, I've had a journey. I feel, and clearly it's had 4 operator stations we found out on the way through. I mean, it's got quite a weird, it's just a very weird coaster. And to know it's got a weird history too, it's probably one of the weirdest family coaster I think I've ever done.
Yeah, you know, it's got a few different lift hills. It's like with a lot of these Arrow mine trains, you know. You go on them and you do a lift hill and then just go down like one drop or something, then into another lift hill. You know, not the most exciting of rides, but now it's got that history. I wonder what it was like when it had the stand-up trains. I'm gonna have to try and find some photos and stuff. I mean, that's really weird to know. I didn't even know Arrow like did something like that. So yeah, I'll have to try and find out some more info on that. But what a fascinating story. Shame really you can't get more footage of the coaster because it's so out the way. And again, that's another ride where you can't take bags, cameras or anything into the station. Anything what fits in your pockets is allowed. But obviously I can't fit the camera and stuff in my pocket, so not great really, not the best of vlogs in terms of getting loads of ride footage, but trying my best for you guys. It is what it is, and it looks like we're going to be doing quite well on the creds because pretty much all the coasters, from what I've seen, are operating. I think we should be getting everything today, so it's a good sign. Here we are then inside Johnny Rockets, nice diner. Been a few of these so far this trip, and yeah, this is what we get for free, included in our all-season dine-in. Chicken strips, fries, a couple of onion rings on there. Obviously get to use our refill cup as well, but yeah, just thought I'd show you that. I've not really shown you much in terms of food this trip. But it's alright, Johnny Rockets. We went in a couple already at the Six Flags Parks, so I thought we'd come in here again. There's Alex over there, getting served. Probably going to get a milkshake as well, I reckon. But yeah, took into this, quite nice actually. I mean, they're alright. I give it like maybe 6 out of 10. Not the best, but you can't moan for free. We're certainly getting our money's worth with our all-season dining. Right there, so we just had a bit of food at Johnny Rockets, as you saw there. Thought we'd go on these nice classic antique cars. We saw them earlier on when we came over to American Thunder that hadn't quite warmed up yet. I'm pleased to confirm it's now warmed up. It's open, so we'll be doing that next. Some good views actually of that GTI. There we go, let's try and stand this into the corner, shall we? There we go. Oy. Into the left corner.
Driver.
There we are, great views now, that GTI.
We're never going to make it to New York on this rate.
There we go. Oh. Right underneath the structure. I assume that, this was here before the wooden coaster. Hey. Oh, it's quite a short ride, isn't it? Are we back already? Oh, blimey. Thought it might go a bit further around the back. But yeah, we mentioned earlier on, they're not electric these. We're in on actual fuel, so I like that. There we go. Right, let's go and try American Thunder. Off-ride footage there then from American Thunder, the park's GCI. It's the second wooden coaster that we've been on here today, and we've got another one to do, which is Boss. So we've got a meeting with the boss later. I must say I'm a bit nervous, However, I mean, really, it's not too scary, but we'll find out.
Are we dressed for the meeting, or?
Well, I don't really know. I think we've got a change or something, like put like a suit on.
I didn't bring a shirt.
No, I brought a shirt, but it's in the car.
It's going to be a bit hot for the boss.
I think we'll just meet the boss like this and we'll see how it goes. But American Thunder, thoughts on that?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was good fun. It had some good elements on there. However, I think it just wasn't enough for me. I think I enjoyed Screamin Eagle a lot more in terms of the coaster.
So did I.
It just felt like it lacked something. I don't know what that was. There was some really nice helix turns and things, a little bit of air time, but I don't know, it just felt a bit underwhelming, I'm afraid to say. It was not really something I loved. It was a nice ride, it was good fun, but nothing out of this world, nothing that I'd rave about.
I preferred Prowler yesterday, which was the GCI we went on. Worlds of Fun, that was much better. With this, it had a really nice first drop. And that turnaround section lost a bit of speed in some areas. I think it went a little bit too high in some areas and then went down low again and lost a bit of speed. I think it would have been better to do that one turnaround and then keep the rest of the layout quite low. But yeah, there was some good banking on there, a few nice drops, not loads in terms of air time. We had a nice front row ride on it, and it was walk on as well.
And I said to Sean on the break run, I think I still prefer Wickerman at home personally to that.
Yeah, GCI in the UK.
Yeah, it just kind of missed a few key elements to me. And Sean said the speed, it just didn't really have enough force to it like some of the other GCI coasters that we've done. So it's a shame, but it's not a terrible ride, just nothing spectacular.
Oh yeah, still a great coaster, international, you know. But anyway, we're going on the log flume now that I think is just called log flume. So we'll go on here and have a little ride on it. I'm not too sure how many drops it is. Doesn't look absolutely huge, but show you a bit of off-ride footage of this in action. Right then, so we just come off the log flume, as it's called. And as we can see here, it's basically two log flumes in one. But it's very interesting how it works because both sides have got a dual loading station. So obviously that's the only one that's operating. But yeah, so loads at both sides. However, you've got this one that's off. And yeah, it's basically two completely different rides. And it's got split off points. I mean, it was only one main drop. However, there was a section over at the back there where it did like a gradual decline that was quite cool. And obviously you've got this little splash just here off the lift hill. And yeah, you've got two drops side by side over there. But yeah, just a bit of a different one. I mean, it was all right, that was. Got quite wet for a small drop, actually.
Yeah, it was all right. And I think this thing used to run 4 stations and 2 tracks, or 2 drops.
Built for throughput, like, I don't know if this side ever runs or not. I mean, I assume it does, because there is boats waiting in there. It's not filled with water, but obviously it all comes out the reservoir here, doesn't it, to fill up the trough. But yeah, there you go. We've had a bit of information from a staff member about Mr. Freeze over there. You might notice it in some of my shots from here today so far. What I haven't said is we've actually already been on a Mr. Freeze, and that was at Six Flags over Texas. So it doesn't look like we're going to be getting on this one today. I think it's closed.
It's temporarily closed, so who knows?
You never know, but if not, it's not the end of the world because we've already done the exact same ride.
Down. It's slightly forgivable, especially as you said, when we've done the clone of it elsewhere.
And we've done 5 park days after today, and that means 4 coasters.
Trip after today.
That's crazy, and 4 coasters have been shut. So actually now the odds aren't too bad. The odds were rubbish on the first couple of days, but now
we were concerned.
We've had a good couple of days where we've got all the creds we wanted. Looks like we're going to miss one here today, but we've got the Gerstlauer spinning coaster to do and Boss. So another ride that Six Flags like to clone across their parks is Justice League, Battle for Metropolis. We went on this the other day when we was at over Texas, and we were very pleasantly surprised. So to be honest, I don't mind them really cloning this because it's a really good dark ride. I mean, Sally Corporation had a big part of this, a few different companies all put it together. And it actually opened here in 2015. I'd say that the facade on this one looks a little bit better actually than the one at Over Texas as well.
It's worth mentioning as well, they've put a little temporary sign outside to say the ride is currently running on reduced capacity, which may accrue longer wait times. temporary sign just
I like how you said it in an American accent, reduced then as well, instead of
Maybe
reduced. Yeah, so will be reduced.
Yeah, if I'm in England, it's reduced, but over here it's reduced.
Should we do single rider?
Why not?
Let's try the single rider line. I mean, we've not
I've got
done
to do a
one.
single rider ride at some point.
Yeah, look, we may as well.
You
I
won't
mean,
call me handsome anyway, so I may as well go on, mate.
let's do this single rider ride and see what it's like. We may as well. Footage there then from Battle for Metropolis. Good dark ride that. I think the one we did the other day at Over Texas felt a little bit better in terms of the theming. It was a bit more consistent, and that one I noticed a few more black walls. However, it's still very good in terms of the quality animatronics. The ride system was nice, had that flame effects that I managed to capture this time. I spun the wrong way, and obviously I didn't know that it was coming up first time we went on, whereas obviously I was expecting it this time, so I managed to get that in the footage. But yeah, not too bad that. Good dark ride. Good to see Six Flags going more down the themed route as well. And then I'm going to spin you guys round. So we've got Mr. Freeze Reverse Blast over here. Like I say, we did actually get on the same ride, another park on the trip, like I say, back at Over Texas. Doesn't look like we're going to be riding this here today, unfortunately. Owned here in 1998. It's that Premier Rides LIM coaster. And I must admit, it was very, very good. We only had one go on it that day because I was feeling really ill. I would have done a re-ride, but I just wanted to get the cred, and we sort of moved on and did a long drive. But I was hoping to get it here today, but it's not the end of the day. Something I've just spotted though, which I really like, something that I followed a lot, is an American program called Insane Coaster Wars. And there's some really funny like coaster battles on there, and yeah, it's actually on the entrance sign, which is quite funny. If you've ever watched it, the intro is like Insane Coaster Wars World Domination.
Voted #1 on Travel Channel's Insane Coaster Wars.
Have you ever seen it or not? Like where they put battle coasters.
The Travel Channel's around there anymore, is it?
No, I don't know. And they put like a few iPads out at the front, you know, and get people to vote on it. Like they did a lot of coasters around the world, but yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to be riding it today, unfortunately. But we did get on one of these the other day.
We have another one that did Scream If You Want to Go Faster as well.
Yeah, there's been loads of great programs over the years.
Coaster channel, I think, another TV show where
like, it'd be
people
great
compete against coasters, because it's so much.
A channel would be great. I mean, a full coaster channel. If they need a presenter for it, then just hit me up.
Yeah, I'm sure you know some people.
Yeah, give me an email.
I mean, you've got a handsome friend here who'd do it.
Yeah, you keep saying this handsome thing.
I just want you to call me handsome.
Right, so we're in this nice archway just here. There's a Ferris wheel round here to the right hand side, so I think we're going to go on there. There's a rapids round here as well. We've got the Gearstar spinner to get on, and Boss, we've still not done Boss. We've been like building it up.
I hope the boss tells you off for this.
I don't think the boss is going to tell me off, mate.
The boss is going to roar at you, I think.
You reckon? But yeah, here's a little look at Mr. Freeze anyway. Mr. Freeze. Yeah, it was a really good ride that. I was hoping for a go, but it's not the end of the world, is it? Right, where do we get on this big Ferris wheel?
I do believe the rapids is off as well, because the trough's empty all the way around.
Oh no, so no rapidos, unfortunately.
We got a log flume.
Yeah, we got that on that nice log flume. And this area looks quite nice up here, actually. Let's have a little explore. Na 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 na. Na 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 na.
Sean.
Na 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 na.
Sean.
Sean.
is to run Colossus, mate.
Should have said that 10 minutes ago. We know that. Welcome to Colossus. Here we go. So we're back at Thorpe Park or Hyder Park. And here we go. So we're either back in the UK or over in Germany. But no, we're still here in the US of A. And here we are on Colossus. A bit of a funny name, isn't it, for a Ferris wheel?
The power of 10, it's the power of 12. It's currently 12 minutes now. I'm stuck on this thing for.
The power of 12. But yeah, you look nice and relaxed.
You're in a cage where you belong, really.
Yeah, I feel like I'm an animal inside a cage on this. Like, it's a bit, I don't know, is there any need for that? I think it would have been better with a bit of perspex or, I don't know, but at least we can stick the camera through the side there and get some nice unobstructed views.
Perfect, mate. I don't know why, isn't it?
There's the train station down there as well. We'll have to go on there at some point. Really feel like we need to get on bus though, to be honest. I mean, we've waited long enough, we've got to go and give that thing a go. Yeah, Thunder River down there, which is the rapids, is closed unfortunately. Six Flags do just seem to like close in what they want, don't they? I mean, they're not very reliable at all. But yeah, I'll show you a bit more footage when we get higher up here on Colossus. Alex got a little bit scared though, because I just came and moved onto this side of the Ferris wheel. And he went, whoa!
That's a lovely word then, I'm glad you went.
Yeah, you didn't like that, did you then, when I tilted it? Started to give you some zoom in over there on Ninja. Down into the double corkscrew. So we got that Mack Rides Twist and Splash down there. I did put a little off-ride shot of it in earlier.
The Larson Loop's running now too.
Oh, is the Larson Loop open, is it?
Just over there, just over the horizon.
Oh yeah, there we go. Did a Larson Loop on day number 1 at Fiesta, Texas. Boomerang over there, yeah, it's a nice part, this, in terms of the layout. Operations are questionable, but I do quite like the layout of this park, and I think the views are really nice as well. There we go. Look at that, Mr. Freeze. Go-kart track, and there's Boss over there, look at that. Wow.
Custom Coasters International for the win.
All in the trees over there. So we'll get on that CCI shortly. There's a little look at Excalibur down there. Don't think that's going to be operating today. It's got no gondolas on it. Look at that. There's Pandemonium. The Gerstlauer spinning coaster. So yeah, the 2 more creds for us left to get. It's that. And of course, our meeting with the boss. Trains coming in down there as well. We'll definitely do that at some point. There's a look back over to the parking lot. All your entrance buildings down here. Oh, the Palace Theatre down there. That's quite nice, doesn't it? It's a big building. There's the water park over there, Hurricane Harbour. Doesn't look very operational over there. Oh no, it is. Yeah, there's some lifeguards sitting there. There's hardly anybody there though. The thing with a lot of the water parks at these parks in America, they're not separate like admission. I mean, some are, but a lot of them you just sort of walk into as part of the park, which I find a bit strange, to be honest. I mean, I'm not a big fan of that. I must admit the GCI looks really nice from up here. American Thunder. But yeah, to be honest, this park's actually pretty much in the middle of nowhere, and since all the trees around it, I wasn't expecting that. I thought this was going to feel like quite in the city really, and it's not really what I was expecting in terms of location. It's much nicer than what I thought. And there we go. Right, we've temporarily stopped at the moment.
Whoa! 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 No!
I'm going to do a bit of singing now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Colossus.
Whoa! You've got 12 minutes on the carousel. It's not a carousel, Ferris wheel. Whoa! Riding all the rides, the carousel, Ferris wheel, you can't ignore.
American Thunder, the boss is here too. I just want to ride on a Vekoma corkscrew.
Don't ride it, it's actually a boomerang, and GCI is as good as Wicker Man, and Mr. Freeze reverse bus is closed down. The boss is over
But
there.
the Gerstlauer spin is open! And the we're going to ride! That's it. You're in the water park, you can't have a slide.
Getting all your food, it's free on the season pass. Going on the rides, they go really, really fast. Over there's a lot of UK viewers won't know what that is. But the B&M is a good B&M.
He's got a bit off now, I think. He's got yeah.
Wow!
what the hell just happened there on Colossus. I really don't know, but I'd just like to apologise for that awful rendition of The Greatest Showman. We ruined that song. Anyway, we've got another coaster to go on, and can you hear that in the background? Mr. Freeze is testing over there. So we might end up getting that in the end anyway, which is great. But anyway, we're going on Pandemonium, another one of these Gerstlauer spinning coasters. Our fourth one of the trip. All of them have pretty much had a queue, but we'll go for it. There's another crazy game. Yeah, Theme Park Worldwide on YouTube. Check it out.
See you in the house. What's up, baby?
Look, how you doing?
Doing good.
Are you having a good day?
I'm doing fabulous. I'm having the best day of my life, and guess what? I'm famous, so I'm glad to have
You're famous while you're on YouTube. You're on a channel with 180,000 subscribers.
I'm famous, bro, but I'm so underrated and nobody knows about me. But that's
Well,
cool.
they know about you now, so share this guy some
What's
love.
your name?
My name's Shane McDonald, Memphis, Tennessee.
Ow! There we go, love it. Well, you have a good day. Nice to see you, Shane.
Boys going wild.
Well, oh my God. Crazy, I pan the camera away
His name
there.
is Steve McDonald.
Yeah.
Coronation Street.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, what's going on, man?
Anyway, yeah, it's getting random this
I was
day
about to
now.
say, what's really ironic, even before that happened, the song right now that's playing is Ellie Goulding, Anything Can Happen. I think this park's just shown that anything quite literally can happen.
Definitely, we got Mr.
Steve
Freeze
McDonald had a
testing.
bomb down
Sun's
there.
coming out now. We're going on another Gerstlauer
I just looked
spinner.
at a man's nipple and I think,
There you
oh,
go.
what could go next?
Oh, that's a nice sight to see, that, isn't it? Gerstlauer, Germany, and I believe this opened in 2007. Right, so I'd never been on one of those before in my life until this trip, as in a Gerstlauer spinning coaster. And you know what? That is the best one we've done out of the 4 that we've done so far this trip.
You're welcome.
That was excellent. I enjoyed that.
You're welcome.
It helped because it was just me and Alex sitting together on one side,
I agree.
and there was no one else in with us, so all the weight was on one side, and we got a good spin on that.
Yeah, all the way was on your side.
It was good, that one. I was on the whole side because there was only 2 of us on it, so absolutely excellent that was. I mean, I quite like those coasters anyway. I imagine if one was in a show building with all the lighting and special effects, it'd be really good actually. But yeah, that was good fun. We got some awesome spinning. In the off-ride footage that I've just showed you, it didn't look like it was spinning that fast, but we just did so well there in our trade. Like I say, we just had it perfect in terms of the weight balance. But yeah, the plan is we're going to go and do Mr. Freeze because it's now open to guests before we go and do The Boss. And so we've delayed our meeting a little bit with The Boss because we want that to be our last coaster here, don't we?
Mr. Freeze decided to offer you a present, by the way.
Really?
Said to you, please go and deliver this to Sean.
Okay.
I'm really grateful. I got you this.
Nice, kid, thank you.
Yeah, it's a present. Enjoy.
Thanks from Mr.
all
Freeze.
right, mate.
Yeah. Oh, God, it's freezing.
It's chilly, isn't
Oh,
it?
I see. Mr. Freeze go. Right, okay.
Yeah, you get
Right.
the joke.
Yeah, let's
Bad
go and have
joke's
a
a
ride
bad
on
pun.
it. That was awful. Here we are then. Let's see how big the queue is for Mr. Freeze. Looking forward to giving this a go. I wasn't feeling that well when we did the one the other day, so I'm quite pleased that we're getting in at this one. And of course, it's another credit with the turnstile into this heavily themed corridor with one light. You know, people enter both sides.
Into a freezer.
Yeah, it's not too bad actually. Probably about 10-15 minutes maybe. Let's go on, I'll share some off-ride shots.
Side ahead, during right, please maintain a basic right feet from tonight. Set car all time, make yourself to come in and enjoy your ride.
that ride there then on the incredibly noisy Mr. Freeze. However, it's a fantastic ride. It was nice to be able to appreciate that a bit more today now I'm not as ill. It's brilliant. The whole loading system in there is great, and didn't really speak loads about that the other day when we went on it over Texas. But yeah, you've got the station, it's dual loading. So you've got like this fantastic system where one train's loading, the other one's going around the circuit, and then of course it swaps over. It's just so clever because that piece of track is also the transfer track into the maintenance shed, it's also the launch for that backwards launch out the station, and it's also the brakes coming back in. Such a complex ride, and yeah, it's great to have finally been on it. Such a bucket list coaster. I'm glad that we've got to do both of them actually, and I'm sure I'll have another go on there today before we leave the park. But yeah, we really like the system, don't we, on there? Yeah, just a great ride, really intense, smooth, great views. It's got everything that a good coaster should do. But I must say, I'm feeling a little bit nervous right now because we've got a meeting scheduled with the boss, which is a huge wooden coaster that opened in the year 2000. Last year, it actually had its finale removed. So yeah, apparently the ending's nowhere near as good as it used to be, so we're prepared for that. But we've heard from a lot of people that the boss is actually the best coaster at this park. So we're going in there with quite high expectations for this one. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know how much you're going to be able to see for off-ride footage because it looks like it's quite far out the back in all the trees. But the entrance is just up here. We'll show you a little look at that. And yeah, it's time to ride the boss. That meeting's ahead. And yeah, I'm a bit scared to ride boss. Right then, so we've just come off the boss, and before we share our full thoughts on it, just thought I'd quickly show you this. I've actually ran up the exit just here, as you're not allowed to bring bags into the queue line or anything like that. So I've just ran up the exit just to get a bit of footage for you, because I thought I'm going to have to show you this. So I mentioned before we went on how this ride had some modifications done last year, and they actually took out that final helix. You can see exactly where that was took out. So it used to come around here, and then you can see down here, look, all where the track used to sit on the top. All the supports are actually still in there, and the wooden bents at the side. So yeah, it would have come around here and then gone round, done the helix, and then round and back up, reconnecting up with a piece of track up there, I assume. I mean, you've got a bit of an airtime moment there, but yeah, how interesting is that? I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to show you that. Fascinating, isn't it? I think they've just took that bit out. But yeah, we'll head down here. I'll go back and meet up with Alex, who's waiting for me just by the lockers, and we'll share our review of the boss. So as I mentioned then, we had two rides on the boss, or should I say two meetings with the boss, and I thought it was a great wooden coaster. However, I still actually prefer Screamin Eagle that we did earlier on. And yeah, you know, I thought maybe it was a little bit overhyped. That I was expecting a little bit more from it. Don't get me wrong, still a fantastic ride. Really long. I think there's like 4,600 feet of track or something on there. So it's ridiculously long. And like I say, at the end, it used to have that helix, which I found quite fascinating how that's just been removed, to be honest. And that was done for last year. But yeah, in terms of the ride itself, the pacing on there was quite slow. I mean, you had a fantastic first drop that was brilliant. Went down the drop, then into a tunnel, then down a bit further, straight up into a turnaround section. And then following on from that, another drop, into another turnaround, but it really slowed it down. It trimmed it ridiculously. In fact, we had our second go on there where the train stopped, which was a shame. It would have been nice if it just kept flowing through there. But yeah, and then the rest of the ride, some nice dips, a little bit of airtime. We did a back row ride, and then we went back straight round and did a ride closer towards the front. So yeah, not a bad ride. Do prefer Screamin Eagle. Thought it was a little bit overhyped, that. I'm glad we went on it, had a couple of goes, and we didn't have to wait either. You got anything to add, Alex, from the boss at that meeting?
I'm very much in the same opinion as you. I think, you know, I mean, I actually said it on the ride, but I still don't think it's the most amazing coaster the park's got in terms of the wood. Screamin Eagle was so special to me. Really, really enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong, it had some great moments towards the start. Being at the front was far better than, as you mentioned, the back. But I don't know, there's just something about the ride that just didn't do enough for me. It stopped a little bit too much for my liking.
It wasn't well paced, was it?
It felt like you had a great exhilaration at the start. It kind of just slowed down, and you felt like, oh, what are we doing now? And then you just backwards and forwards to the end, into the station. It kind of just got worse and worse as the ride got on. When really it should be building and building. And to be honest with you, I don't even think with the helix that was supposedly missing at the end of the ride that had been removed, it would have made make any difference to the ride experience itself, because I think the worst part of the ride for me was the middle section where you slowed down.
Real. So I mean, we stopped on the second go. It was a full stop, wasn't it?
Full stop. For a good few seconds as well. But by then, your momentum's gone, your enjoyment and your adrenaline has just poured out of your body.
I like someone who just keeps going, keeps on giving, and
like us on this trip.
Yeah, we're feeling good, aren't we? Like, feeling really good. But we've just actually been into the saloon to watch a bit of a show. So before this train sets off, I'll show you a little bit of footage over the next minute or so from just what we've seen inside there, and then we'll continue on with this train ride, and I'll show you a bit of some shots from on this.
Playing or cowboy, waiting on the rain. We're all a little different, but we're all the same. Everybody doing her own thing. I got my love, you, yeah. Give me a kiss from those Elvis lips. You don't wanna miss this. All I wanna do is join me now. Ride me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Ride me, mama, any way you feel. Hey.
All aboard! Off we go. On the train, but yeah, nice little saloon show that. Nice venue. Quite a bit of entertainment at these parks over here. Obviously where we can do, we're going to watch it. All depends on time, of course. But we saw a little bit of entertainment out here earlier on. You saw that in the vlog. Saw that in the saloon. Not too sure if this has got multiple stops or if it's just the one station. I'm thinking maybe it's a one station, but I don't know. I've never been here before. Look down there, back towards the entrance, all these buildings here. It's a nice park this, I've enjoyed it today. I'm glad that we got all them coasters in as well. All creds available. Batman the ride over there. It started off a bit sour this morning, but it's certainly got better. Wait, T-Ball Worldwide on YouTube. Crazy. Great views, there's the GCI over there. American Thunder. But after this, it's about getting some re-rides in. We're not going to be staying here till ride close again because we feel like we've done most stuff really. There's some flat rides and stuff, but nothing really that unique to this park. We're actually going to be heading into St. Louis tonight to go and do the massive archway. Go and see that. There's the parking lot over there. Can we spot our car? Somewhere down here towards the front. I'll mention it again, but make sure you see the various different travel vlogs that we're going to be filming throughout this trip. This video you're watching right now is in its own dedicated playlist, where you can see everything in order from what we've done on this trip.
I'd like to draw your attention to a ride where you can sit on log room. When Six Flags St. Louis opened in 1971, the log room was originally called the Moo after the monomatic city of the annual World's Fair. Watch out at the end because what goes up must come down. Oftentimes anyone quite surprised. Looking at an island surrounded by Thunder River, 7 acres of man-made water rapids. Would like to have your undivided attention and standing at 122 feet tall. The bus features 4,631 feet of long running fields and speeds over 66 miles per hour and a 150-foot double down first drop. All this make the bus one of the top water coasters in the country and one of the reasons why Six Flags St. Louis is Missouri Coast Chicago. Reserved for flight time earlier. National Park. A fun getaway for kids and friends alike. Also on your left you will see the fireball. A little bit thrill ride, featuring 7-story glow and incredible wetlands experience. We'll be now pulling into the Bugs Bunny National Park.
There we go then, so there is a second station on this. It's in the Bugs Bunny National Park, which is a themed area for families. Little train ride there. Looney Tutor, does that say, I think. So we'll just remain seated here whilst they load some more people on. There's that Larson loop.
Make sure to sit by it. Let's bring a breathtaking 236 foot area view of the park.
Hello! Hey! Have a nice evening!
My train was the name of the largest home mine in the Midwest. Take that guess. Of them control over 2,300 meters parking, climbing, and long track. The final drop is the difference in the mines. All the life, every gold mine you visit. The mine train is one of the real rides from when Six Flags Highway opened on June 5, 1971.
What I do really like about these train rides over here is they're giving lots of different facts about the rides in the park. Wow, the sound of that steam train. Wow. Yeah, I love all the facts what they give you along the way. Really nice that. Telling you about the coasters, the speed, the length.
Engineer has just released so many steam from the motor to help prevent the build-up of mineral deposits in these roads working.
There's that Arrow Mine train. We couldn't really see much of that actually around the other areas when I gave you some off-ride footage earlier.
Like this is smoke-free park. We are purchasing areas for the park for cigarettes and e-cigarette use.
So I assume this is going to take us round towards Batman the Ride and sort of go round there. Might get some more different angles of that.
Also on your right is Batman the Ride. After the call of this inverted loop rail ride, land beneath the track through a series of wide loops and rolls of 50 miles per hour with your feet dancing. Experience the sight and sound of Oakland City Park and on the walk before entering the Batcave to board one of the greatest rail rides ever created. Over to our left is Hurricane Harbor. Hurricane Harbor features a stellar lineup of exciting water rides.
Look in the water park there, Hurricane Harbour.
Typhoon Twister. Introduced in 2018, Typhoon Twister features a four-person ride.
Oh, I like the look of the lazy river down there actually. That looks really relaxing. Go around on that.
360 degrees before the bottom drops out. Sending the gas, slowing it down.
Looks okay in there actually, not particularly heavily themed, but looks clean. That's the most important thing with the water park.
Zero gravity wave wall. But experience moments of weightlessness before falling back down. Exiting out includes blue spots. Hurricane Harbor is regularly park information.
I thought you were going to do it.
There we are. I think this sort of makes its way now back up to that station where we joined. What I can work out.
I feel really bad for a lady that's just seen the Batman the Ride queue line. She's just walked out of the tin can opening entrance with a bag on her shoulder. Looks like she's walking all the way back, stuck it in a locker. Looks like she's all the way there without being told.
Make sure you pay your fee.
Pay your fine.
Pay your fine, pay your fine. Nice train ride. This is actually quite a long one. Very nice. There's all the entrance area again down there. Takes you all the way around the park there and you get some really nice views. I like these little bridges that pass over some of the main paths. There we go. Right, we're going to do a few re-rides. That's probably going to be the end of our trip here to Six Flags St. Louis. It's been a really nice day actually. It was a slow start. We wasn't feeling that good this morning in terms of the morale. However, the days just kept getting better and better really. We got all the coast in the end, the weather got better. It's got a good atmosphere. You know, it's probably turned into definitely my favourite Six Flags day we've had. Of course, my favourite park, still Silver Dollar City, but this has been the best Six Flags park for getting everything in anyway. Maybe if the RMCs were open at the other ones, we might have enjoyed them more, but I think the fact that we've got everything we wanted to today and more certainly made it. So we'll do a few re-rides, show you a little bit more footage of the park. And that'll be the end of the day. After a few more re-rides, it's come to the end of our day here at Six Flags St. Louis. It's a park that, to be honest, I wasn't really that much looking forward to. It's one that we wanted to come to get the 9 different coasters, but I didn't think the actual park itself was going to be that nice. This morning, with a few experiences that happened, you know, I thought, yeah, it's exactly what I was expecting, really. However, as the days just progressed, it's kept getting better and better, and we've had a really good day here today. We don't need to stay until 10 o'clock, it's nearly 7 now. You know, we've got everything done. We've been on every coaster here today, and because of that reason, I'd say it's the best Six Flags park that we've done this trip. We've got everything in. Yes, there's still a few rides that have been shut. The Rapids is closed, there's the Shoot that was shut, and a few other bits, but in terms of coasters, we've got them all in today. My favourite being Screamin Eagle. I think it's absolutely awesome. It's a classic traditional Woody. Some really nice air times, some great moments, and the views from it are great as well. Other rides that I enjoyed, probably my favourite steel coaster, Mr. Freeze. I think that's really good. Enjoyed that here at the park. I think the Boss, I wasn't a massive fan of. I found it a little bit overrated, but that's the beauty of us theme park enthusiasts. We've all got different opinions on things. Batman the Ride, it might be a cloned B&M, but it was still a nice, enjoyable experience. Other highlights from the park, I mean, the GCI was still good fun, not one of my favourites, but good to get on it. The fact they've got 3 wooden coasters here, I'm a big wooden coaster fan, and I like that. I mean, they're all good, but Screamin Eagle's just the one for me. Loads of other rides here at the park, but in general, it's been good. The days just kept getting better and better, in my opinion.
I think our singing contest on Colossus, the Ferris wheel earlier, definitely topped it for me. I'm kidding, by the way. No, it was definitely the ride on Screamin Eagle. Absolutely
like
amazing coaster. That is a coaster I'd travel just to one park for that one coaster for if it was there. But there are some other good rides here too, so let's get on another Mr. Freeze. Absolutely love that ride concept. I think it's absolutely brilliant by Premier
Very
ride.
clever.
And there's some really, really nice parts of this park too, like the entertainment schedule here too is really good. The 80s rock show we caught the back end of. We also saw the saloon singing show, which was really, really nice. And What Makes Our Country, nice little pun. And yeah, it was great. I had a really good day.
Yeah, like the park itself, I think it's not particularly heavily themed, but it is in themed sections. I mean, you've got the England area, where Excalibur, that big flat ride is that's shut.
Britannia!
You know, and a few other bits. I mean, yeah, I think it's quite a good park. You know, the entrance area is really nice. I like how it's different. You don't just walk down a big main street. It goes off to the left and right. That's a bit different.
Plaza.
But yeah, there you go. Thanks for joining us for another vlog from this epic road trip here on Theme Park Worldwide. We're a quarter of the way in now, but there's so much more to come.
So much.
Including tomorrow, where we're at a bucket list park for me. One of our most anticipated parks of the trip, and that is Holiday World. I can't wait to get on the Voyage, Thunderbird, and many other fantastic rides there. So join us in that vlog tomorrow. That's been Alex the Milkman. I'm Sean Sandbrook, and from our USA Strata trip and Six Flags St. Louis, that means it's time to cue those credits. See you all tomorrow.